Guys, welcome back to WMMA Now with your host, Chuck Stevenson. We're going to be going over another fight review today. In the atomweight division, Bellator 215, Lindsey Damsel VanZandt versus Tabatha and Batgirl Watson. VanZandt was coming in 4-1. Watkins was coming in fairly short notice, a couple weeks, with perfect record 3-0. I liked what I saw from VanZandt in the stand-up. She was feinting a lot, setting up all of her shots, and then she was using the feints and the punches to set up her takedowns. She got a takedown in about 2 minutes into the first round, and that was pretty much it from there. She stayed on top control inside Watkins' guard. About 15 seconds left. Watkins opens up her guard. And that allowed VanZandt to go for an arm bar. Had there been like a little more time left in the round, I could see VanZandt coming away with the finish. Second round was a little more the same. VanZandt went for the takedown early in the second round. Watkins was able to get back up to her feet. I like the clinch work that I saw from VanZandt again in this round after Watkins got back up, and VanZandt was able to get her back down to the ground fairly fast. One thing I kept noticing from Watkins was that she was constantly working from a closed guard, and that when she did open up for a second, you could see that she was like moving her hips. She was trying to set up an arm bar. She did almost get VanZandt into an arm bar at one point, but VanZandt was I think she read the movement in Watkins' hips and was able to prepare for it and had her arm turned in time. She was able to escape it fairly easily. Another time VanZandt was feinting and sort of went for a takedown, but then Watkins was like quick to jump guard, and VanZandt was standing there like, okay, you want to be in a guard, and boom, dropped her to the ground in the guard for some more ground and pound. And then, of course, they were back up on their feet to end the fight. VanZandt started really backing Watkins up with the right hand, and then she was able to drop her finally with the 1-2, and that's when the ref intervened because Watkins had dropped kind of hard. She dropped straight to her back. She did throw up a fast like up kick to get ready to defend herself. You could possibly argue that it was a fast stoppage, but I think that the way the fight had been going, that had VanZandt let her back up, she'd have dropped her again with the right, because the way she finished it was a nice 1-2, very crisp and clean. She had read Watkins' guard perfectly, so very nice win for Lindsey Damsel VanZandt. This was the first. Well, I'll get to that in a second. Things to work on. I really liked what I saw from VanZandt in this fight. I don't really have too much to say to work on for her. With Watkins, I'd like to see her open her guard up more instead of keeping a closed guard. I think she was just trying to really like stall out the fight a little bit, and she would try to go like get ready to go in an armbar position, but then she'd give it up. If you're going to do that, commit to it better, or at least be ready to go for it when you do, because otherwise, that was what allowed VanZandt to prepare herself to when Watkins did go for the armbar. So maybe work for Watkins. She should open up her guard a little bit more earlier. Matches to make. Okay, so like I was about to say, this was Bellator's first ever atomweight match. Don't know if they'll be having another one. I know VanZandt is local to that area. Yeah, she's from upstate New York. The fight was at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. So, and her original opponent was also from Connecticut. Watkins is from Michigan, but again, she was late replacement, about 2 weeks. So we don't know if Bellator will do any more atomweight fights. I think this fight was a pretty good display of what the atomweights could bring to Bellator if they choose to do that. So hopefully they will. But other than that, I don't have any matches to make at this time. So guys, let me know what you thought about the fight in the comments down below. Thumbs ups are always appreciated. And what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA Now, the best, fastest growing women's mixed martial arts platform on YouTube. Guys, check you later.